Hey guys, well I finally got some free time in, so let's do the January movies and TV shows I watched this past month video, because it's already the 2nd of February and I'm falling behind. But anyway, so I didn't watch a whole lot of stuff this past January, mostly due to I was watching a lot of TV shows. Um, so yeah, let's just dive right into it. First thing I watched, movie-wise, I finally checked out Pan. I thought overall it wasn't a bad movie. It was different. I enjoyed the backstory. And I thought Hugh Jackman as Blackbeard was definitely cool, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So I know it got like mixed reviews. I also watched or rewatched the first Indiana Jones. I have the trilogy set here. Actually, this is the what do you consider this, like the complete adventures? It's more than a trilogy now, but I just rewatched the first one, and weird enough, actually. When I actually had never, this is the first time I ever saw it on Blu-ray, and I actually went out, because when they did the complete restoration of the first one, they actually did a theater release for IMAX, and when I saw it in IMAX, I was like, wow, there's been a few issues here and there within the as I was watching it, like there were color issues, and it seemed like in certain parts it was DNR'd a lot, but a lot of it had to do with color correction. And just overall detail seemed to be lacking in the picture in a few areas of the film. And so I figured, oh, it's probably because it's like probably a 4K release being projected on an IMAX screen, but it's probably just up converted or whatever. So it probably doesn't look that great. Until I watched the Blu-ray. Then I watched the Blu-ray and I realized it has the same flaws. So I was like, that's definitely different. So I know technically just the first film was restored to a film level, but I want to question who exactly was involved in actually restoring this film, because especially within the first 10 15 minutes of the film, the color is horrible. It seems like the contrast and the saturation and the brightness, it's just all over the place, and it just seemed like, especially in the forest, it seemed like it was lacking color. Like, I mean, it was like the color seemed faded and old, and it didn't seem like it was like how Blu-ray should look, or I should say a film being how the picture should have been shown on film. So it seemed it was like very, very, I don't know, whoever did the work on the first film did, even though it was a film restoration, it wasn't the best restoration, and actually that kind of surprised me a bit, knowing it's a Steven Spielberg film. I would have thought of it, they would have done a better job, but whatever. Anyway, it kind of made me feel a little better knowing, hey, now I know it wasn't just the IMAX presentation, it was actually a problem with the restoration in general. So, yeah. I finally checked out for the first time My Cousin Vinny. That was okay. I didn't think it was anything amazing. When it comes to comedies, guys, comedies can really be hit or miss. When it comes to comedies, films, I usually tend to stay away from them. I think they're just so-so. When it comes to stuff comedy-wise, I prefer TV shows like Futurama, Family Guy, American Dad, South Park, stuff like that. I'll watch. But films, the problem is with me when it comes to stuff that's funny, is for films, you gotta continue to drag on this funny part throughout a film, especially when a film is like over an hour or 2 hours long. To me, it loses that funny part as the film goes on. So comedies for me can be hit or miss. My Cousin Vinny, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I just didn't think it was that great of a film as most people bring it up to be. I'll watch it again, but probably not for another 10 years or something. But still, very cool to check it out. I also finally checked out, I've been a huge fan of the Disney film for years. In fact, eventually I need to pick up the film on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD. But I wanted to see a more accurate adaptation of this particular story. So I picked up Mulan, Legendary Warrior, not too long ago. In fact, I think I did an unpackaging video for it. But anyway, I checked it out, and overall I thought it was a very, very good story. I wouldn't say it over, for some movies where I go back, where I see a different version of like a Disney film, more I should say, when I've grown up seeing a Disney version and then seeing another version done by somebody else, usually most of the time I'll say, okay, the other person's version is better. Mulan has a special place in my heart. technically it's my favorite Disney film of the 90s next to Tarzan, which is, they're also doing a live action version this year. So, it's one of those films where I'm just like, I still think the Disney version's better, but I enjoyed this one because it showed more of war stuff you really couldn't show in a Disney movie because it was just would have been too graphic, too violent. She actually becomes a general during the war, which is really cool to see. And in fact, for the first like half an hour, it's pretty much exactly like the Disney film, believe it or not. So I was very happy to see that. And yeah, this actually is the UK version because I don't even know if there was actual release in the United States of this on Blu-ray. Anyway, there might have been a DVD version, but anyway, this is actually a Chinese film, which should be from Mulan. And I watched it with English subtitles, so overall I thought it was very good. So, and plus Jackie Chan's son is in it. He plays one of the main characters, so can't go wrong with that. Alright, and the final film I watched, which will lead up to the TV shows I've been watching this past month, I finally watched Star Wars The Clone Wars. I really want to get this on Blu-ray, but sadly it's one of those Blu-rays that went out of print and now is going for high prices, so unless I can find it on eBay or something real cheap, I have to stick with the DVD. Which led to Star Wars The Clone Wars. So I've watched Season 1, the complete season. I've just started Season 2 recently, and so far I'm loving it. I am definitely hoping to complete I'll watch all 6 seasons, I think it is, on Blu-ray. I have all of them, so I'm hoping by this end of this month to watch all of them. So we'll see how many movies I watch this February, but I know there are a few I want to watch. In fact, I feel like I'm missing one film. I did watch some Netflix stuff, which actually I'll get into because actually there's some TV shows I actually do own on physical media, but they're stored away. I've just been watching stuff on Netflix. I did watch one documentary a couple of days ago called Side by Side. I've seen it. It came out in 2012, 2013. Anyway, it was talking about the transition from physical film to digital for the cinema and home theater, but for the film directors and for just cinema in general, for both capturing and showing movies in theaters. So it was a very interesting documentary, so I watched that. I also watched Roseanne on Netflix, along with Pawn Stars, American Pickers. I watched some Mythbusters on Hulu. I finally joined Hulu, so I've been enjoying that. And just some other random stuff I used to watch all the time on Discovery Channel and History Channel that some are still on. In fact, I think most of those are still on. In fact, Mythbusters should be doing its final season finale for the actual series. Was it last month or this? I think it's this month, because I know the series is finally ending after like 15 years or something like that. But anyway, so I did watch some of that stuff too. So it wasn't just Star Wars Clone Wars was the only TV series I watched. It was some other small bits here and there throughout the month. So maybe like an episode or two a night for a couple times a week. But most of the time I have been watching this, so, and I'm definitely looking forward to finishing it. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay guys, well thank you for watching this, what movies and TV shows I watched this past month. First one for the year. Nothing crazy, nothing huge, but we'll see how the year goes on. So thanks for watching, and until my February update, which will be the end of this month, yeah, thanks for watching. See you.